What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. Your boy Devin Coates. If you haven't already, click the link below, the Get Right Starter Kit. Everything's in there. You can find out what I'm talking about, but just click the link below. Today, I'm gonna try to take you guys with me for most of the day. I'm gonna be heading out to the park in a second. That's where I get my workouts in. So I'll catch you there in a little bit. What's going on? I'm in between sets. I already started, or workouts. So I worked on the parallel bars. I'm gonna move over to the pull-up bars, but I don't know. Whenever I come to the park, I'm always thinking of like all the people, and I know a lot of people come out for the summer, but a lot of people make so many excuses, specifically in working out, but in life, on why they can't attain certain things. So, you know, when I'm at the park, a lot of people always talk about, you know, they can't work out because they don't have a membership. Honestly, I haven't had a gym membership in about a year. Even when I had it, I didn't really go, and I think that's what discourages a lot of people. They buy it, they don't go, but they don't think about, like, for a beginner, to me, working on your body weight or just having a dumbbell is really all you need to get started, because it's really about the discipline of doing it consistently, not necessarily having heavy weights and all this other stuff at your disposal. So I mean, that's like the first thing I think of. And specifically at this park, I mean, the demographic is a little bit older than me. Probably everybody's at the younger side is in their 30s, older side towards their 60s. But I see people, they come up to me all the time, they're like, make kind of these offhand comments and say, oh, what is it, what it's like to be young? Because I mean, doing handstands and stuff. But it leads me to this funny little story that kind of happened here. So I mean, people in their 30s, 40s, I mean, if you're in 50s and 60s, maybe that is a legitimate excuse, I don't know. But one time I'm there, and I've heard this excuse a billion times. I'm like working out on the parallel bars, doing handstands, and then this guy came up, and he's with his daughter. His daughter runs up and she's doing something. I thought they saw me, but I wasn't really sure what I was doing. So he's like, oh, we were doing that over at the little bars over there. So I'm thinking, oh, I must not have saw me. I'll kind of let them do their thing real quick while I rest, and then I'll jump in, because I don't want to like look like a show off, which is not a real big deal to me. If they stayed around, I would still do it, but kind of just let it go. So the daughter's playing, and then the guy, he had to be in his 40s. He had a couple, well, he ended up telling me at the end, he had some gray hair. He's older guy. And he like looks at me, and it was probably, some of it was kind of, you know, showing up the young buck, but I appreciate that. I mean, I'm a man too, you know, you kind of get those juices flowing, those competitive juices flowing. He jumps up on the parallel bars, does a handstand, starts walking on his hands, starts doing Russian dips. And if you don't know what those are, instead of coming down like this, you come down with the bar resting on your shoulders. He's doing that, pumping up and down, up and down. And I'm like, whoa, like that's pretty impressive, especially since I've heard people younger than him, his age and slightly older, all use age as an excuse. And I was like, you know, you still got it. He's like, yeah, I'm in my 40s. I was like, man, I'm 25. So it really just showed me like the differences people can have in a mindset, and how your mind is kind of like a motherfucker. Like, all the people that came up to me definitely think it's a legitimate excuse that they're 35 and that's why they can't do what that is, even though it really could just be, I haven't had the discipline for years to get out and work out on my strength. So therefore, the compounded time of what I've been doing has led to the result that I can't do what I'm doing. So I don't know, that was just kind of something that was on my head while I was walking between stations or so. And I'll kind of end this part with just, there's this Drake line that I really like. He's like, my dreams are who I'm racing with, but you can see I'm pacing it so that I'm always chasing it. And it's kind of like, you know, I'm always looking at who do I want to be at 35, 45, and what reverse engineering, what would I have to do to attain that? So I'm always chasing my future self, and I'm not really in the business of making a ton of excuses. And at this point in my life, I'm definitely realizing that discipline is like the fundamental foundation of attaining anything, because and especially I'm doing something also like concurrent to this and my other job, and it's really kind of, a lot of it's high level stuff, but the high level stuff doesn't mean shit if you don't have the discipline and the processes in place to get the work done and to actually implement the high level stuff. So that's where I'm gonna end it on this part. I'll catch you probably after I'm done with the workout and finish this off, but so I'll catch you in a little bit. Peace. So I made it back from the park, but yeah, kind of just continuing on that thread, because I've just been really thinking about that the last couple of days a lot. Just what discipline means in your life, and in terms of having a lifestyle of your choosing, but a lifestyle that is also enjoyable. So most people that don't really enjoy their life, or that are caught up in ruts that they can't get out of, they don't have a plan that they follow to reach an end result. And that's kind of my personal definition of what discipline really is that in order to achieve a specific result or goal, you're able to do the things that are necessary, whether you feel like it or not, when they need to be done in the process, or whatever the particular sequence of events that you have to do them in, you do them in those ways. So I kind of said that in a weird way, but basically you do what you need to do, whether you feel like it or not, when you need to do it, and in the manner that you need to do it. So that's something I've been really working on for myself. I mean, just like anybody else, I mean, I'm a human, I'm not perfect, and I'm not some freaking ultra CEO or anything, but I've just really been trying to work on, you know, following the plan that I set out for myself. So prior, I mean, I would focus so much on, you know, tactics, how-tos, and creating new to-do lists and redoing my routines, which are all good, but and if you have my Get Right Starter Kit, I do mention that in the routine section, is that it really doesn't matter. Like, it's only as good as how you following it. So that's really my mission for myself. I want to kind of spread that to other people, because I know this is definitely a spot where a lot of people are falling off, because I know in my life, in my personal life, I'm one of the most disciplined people I know, and I can see where I'm wasting time, or I'm not being intentional and focused in getting things done. So there is something I'm developing. I'm going to kind of leave that for another date, but I mean, if you want more information, just join up in the email list, download the Get Right Starter Kit. Has a lot of information as to what I was thinking a few weeks back, and I've kind of expanded upon that, have more in store, other things I want to provide as value, want to be helpful, and ultimately, as I mentioned before, I'm really trying to build a viable network of primarily millennials, since, you know, I think we're all kind of going through very similar things, of those that are really looking for mastery in their life. And what I mean by mastery is creating their ultimate masterpiece, which is your life, and creating a lifestyle worth living, and a lifestyle that you appreciate and are happy to be basically living every single day. And not necessarily in a way that you're always happy, everything's always joyous, because obviously that isn't really that's not really possible in the human predicament of, you know, having different emotions. But that's really where I'm going to end this off today. I'm going to have a lot more coming up. If you haven't noticed, I have been posting more frequently, but if you like the content, hit the like button. You don't like it, hit the dislike button. Leave some comments below. And until next time, it's your boy Devin Coates. Thanks a lot for tuning into the channel, and just click that link. It's completely free. Download the Get Right Starter Kit. You'll be connected to my email list that I do provide some more information to. So thanks a lot, and until next time, peace.